We got all the way to a final leg yesterday before Littler won against the throw. And Searle is throwing first and making full advantage of it. What a start now. Yesterday's final, Colin Lloyd, was simply sensational, was it not?
It was absolutely superb.
40.
I think we touched on it there in Ryan's semi-final there against Martin Lukeman at the back end of the
46.
Back end of the final against Luke Littler. He just hit a barrage of 180s. Well, we didn't have to wait long for him to hit one in this final, did we? First 3 darts.
97.
Gary Anderson has the head-to-head advantage over Ryan Searle, but in the last Players' Championship meeting, and that was last March 2023, Searle won 6 legs to 4 in the second round of a Players' Championship in Barnsley. But over the Pennines in Wigan, this is a longer match in the final. Can he start with a maxi and end with a big fish? Doesn't go for it. Come on, Ryan.
Well, that was... I would have gone for it, but Joe, what? That's a respectful thing. But he's that far in front that I thought he might have had a little go at it. But sure, it doesn't matter. That's why he's up there and I'm here.
It's different in the ice-cold atmosphere of a Pro Tour final as he misses the 3 at the double at the end of that setup. Bit different if you're on the big stage at the Winter Gardens, say, the crowd roaring you on and demanding the bullseye finish. Demand it! Searle would have felt under pressure to have gone for the bull, I'm sure, then in front of a big crowd. Now he's left double 1. What's going on? Could have had Colin a 170 finish, and we may get a 2 finish, although Anderson will strike on tops, or try to, and has done. Well, what a ridiculous opening leg from Ryan Searle's perspective. 180 start, turned down the 170, ended up waiting on double 1, didn't get a shot, and has lost his throw. So what was an absolutely brilliant start turned into a dreadful start.
Joe Roddy sort of carried on, hasn't he, from that semi-final against Martin Lukeman, where he was struggling to put away tops and tens, wasn't he?
He was.
And he went all round the houses there too.
139.
And Gary Anderson said, thank you very much.
Finally parked up outside the madhouse.
26.
Well, it makes you wonder how much has that first leg hurt Ryan Searle. He's thrown 6 darts and he's still in the 400s, while Gary Anderson sits on 178.
94. $140.
Good solid finish there from Gary Anderson. Good scoring. Don't think he'll go for the double 19.
83.
I'd be very surprised if he does. Yeah, 18 double 10, I'd say. No, he's gone 6 double 16.
6.
Well, he turns down the double and can't finish, but this time it doesn't matter to Gary Anderson because Ryan Searle
91
is a distance behind, and Anderson has got turns in hand. Double 8.
Well, that's awkward, Rod. Very awkward.
24.
Well, this is extraordinary endings to both legs. Well, the 150 is not going to go to embarrass 54. Gary Anderson, and now he's back for double 4. He was on 130. He was on 38 on Sunday afternoon, and now on Tuesday tea time he's still on double 2, and he could lose the leg. It could be almost a repeat of that first leg in reverse.
21.
Surely Anderson will tidy up this time, won't he?
Well, you'd like to think so.
Won't he?
Game
yes,
shot.
He will. Well, they were similar legs in some regard. Ryan Searle faffed around in leg 1 and eventually Anderson nicked it.
180.
Anderson faffed around on leg 2, but Searle couldn't nick it, so it's 2-0 Anderson.
93.
Well, therein lies the difference, Rod, doesn't it? Ryan Searle couldn't nick the leg, whereas Gary Anderson,
131.
as you say, faffed around, but still went on to win the leg. And he still has that break.
140. 95.
Oh, Gary Anderson will be looking for a 2 treble visit here, minimum. Well, there's the 2. Can he get a 3?
180.
Yes, he can.
First Anderson maximum. Going double-double.
57.
On 95, Ryan Searle. Single double-double on the 19 segment. Didn't go. He's missed the... Well, he's missed the big 18 segment in the end because a single would have left bull. So there's some pretty sketchy finishing
48.
going on, Colin, in this match up to press, isn't there?
Well, there is so far, yeah.
Game shot.
Well, we see Ryan there. Ryan Searle there, get a leg on the board.
58. $83.
Do you think, Rod, maybe that they do practice with each other so much that they're not really playing their own game? They're sort of
120.
like waiting for one to get going, then the other one will ride along with it. Happens sometimes.
Who knows what's going on,
180.
but I do know that Ryan Searle has peppered in another 180, and that, by my count, is his third for the match in terms of maximums. The double stats, though, not quite so impressive. 2 out of 11 for Anderson, 1 out of 6 for Searle.
140. $96.
Well, Searle is to have finished first, albeit a big one of a 142.
60.
Well, went for 2 treble 17s
13.
tops there. Well, 66 left. 16 for bull. If it's a treble, it'll be double 9.
We saw Searle
Gotta go
take
that
this
way.
out against Lukeman. Same way, on the bull. But doesn't get the
84.
same finish as his opponent in this match did in his previous match.
72.
72 left. 36, 36.
Game
Oh, what a finish. We talk about sketchy finishing, then you talk about sensational finishing from Ryan Searle. Oh, that's why we call him the Pearl. 2-2.
67.
That was epic.
Yeah, fantastic finishing there from Ryan.
180.
As we see Gary Anderson get his second 180 of the match.
100.
Well, we saw Ryan Searle attempt double-double with 2 in hand on 2 double 90s, and I'm sure there were people watching thinking, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? And the same people, when he attempted double 18,
43.
double 18, would have been going, why is he doing? Oh, I know why he's doing that. The event outcome dictates everything, doesn't it?
100.
How you feel about something.
Yeah, it certainly does.
But it looks brilliant. It was a beautifully thought out finish from Ryan Searle and a beautifully executed finish.
140.
But Anderson here, looking to break.
132.
With 2 trebles on the visit, leaves 102. Treble 18 was on old treble 20 for double 9.
129.
So near. He's been narrowly out on 2 3-figure out shots in 2 legs, Gary Anderson. Tops.
Game shot.
And Ryan Searle now with the 102. Well, Gary Anderson has had a missed bull and a missed double 9 in 2 consecutive legs for out shots.
57.
And Ryan Searle with the 102 check out there.
27. 100.
Gary Anderson possibly thinking to himself, you know, my game seems to have deserted me a
83.
little bit, especially my finishing.
Possibly, but, you know, it's easy to be hypercritical, isn't it? Especially when it's the player themselves, and they are hypercritical, they're their own
140.
worst critics. But
Yeah.
Gary Anderson missed the bull there for a 1-2-3, missed double 9 for a 1-3-8, and Searle in the same legs went out 1-2-9 and 1-0-2. So those two legs were very much on a knife edge, weren't they? They could have gone the other way. They didn't. They both went to Searle, and he leads now
40.
3-2.
Yeah.
But it is on throw.
44.
At this level, there's often very little in it between players of this calibre.
Well, tops then for Anderson for a holder throw.
44.
Well, he's got plenty of time because Ryan Searle's back on 290. Very indifferent scoring leg here for Ryan. Well, Gary
40.
Anderson now he's still got 6 darts. 20.
Game shot.
Only needed 2.
3-3. So we're approaching the halfway point of this final.
121.
Best of 15 leg contest. Oh, lovely darts.
180.
Beautiful darts from Gary Anderson.
Gary's third 180 of this contest. Both had 3 180s apiece.
81.
The only difference being Ryan Searle's had a 129 and a 102 checkout. Well.
180.
He's 4th 180 of the match. Dare we say it, Rod? Sets up a perfect 9-dart game.
164.
Well, I dare say it. It sets up a perfect 9-dart game. He now wants double 12 for the perfect 9.
129.
Well, Gary.
The second time he missed double 12 against Peter Wright in the semi-finals.
Gary exasperated. He was tantalisingly close.
2 in the space of, say, 20, 25 minutes, Rod.
Game shot.
10-dart will have to do for the Flying Scotsman. Anderson, who had
45.
one in the semi-final of the World Championship against Jelle Klassen once upon a time.
180. 180.
Well, this is what we want to see, Rod, isn't it? 9 180s in this match so far.
140. 43. 100.
Well, only 81 left for Ryan Searle after 9 darts.
100.
Oh, good last dart there from Gary.
Last leg was a 10-dart leg from Anderson. This will be 11 from Searle if he hits that, and he does.
Good shot.
Four apiece.
$81.
We're now just over the halfway mark in this match. 4 each.
131.
Is it going to be a nail biter of an 8-7 Rod that we were treated to yesterday?
Will be
26. 140. 58. 100. 83.
Well, 130 here for Gary Anderson for a breaker throw. It's a great start. Treble 18. Well,
79.
went for the big 20 and unfortunately hit the flight and ricocheted into the 1. No damage done as Ryan Searle sits back on 253.
133.
Been saying that, Rod. A 133 to leave himself a 3-dart finish. Bit of pressure on the shot for Gary.
picks double 16. double 8.
Game
He
shot.
finds the bottom of the bed. And Gary Anderson goes out front again. 3 breaks to throw on the trot there.
Well,
53.
Gary adjusted there. He hit the treble 5. I thought there was enough room for the treble 20 bed, but looked up at it and quickly switched down to the 19s.
100.
Wow, that was a perfect first dart for Gary Anderson.
140.
Not the 180 that we expected, but still a fantastic 140. But back comes Ryan Searle.
140.
Gary Anderson is pitching this first dart perfectly more often than not. Not on this occasion, but as you said, Colin, just finding it just below that
92.
top wire where he wants it. Top wire of the treble 20, of course, I refer to. And then he can follow it to some tune, can't he? And he's
40.
been doing that beautifully in this match.
He'd love to do that right here and now. Well, he's got to find a treble.
82.
And he does. Last dart, treble 19. On a finish of 134, but how much pressure will that 134 be under?
140.
Quite a bit, methinks, Rod.
54, tops. That's where they all do it now. That's the way to do it. Gary Anderson, treble 18, tops, and that could be the big body blow in this final. Searle sitting on a manageable finish when it happened, and Anderson now has got a 2-leg buffer.
$131.
He's been playing well all afternoon. We've seen 1 or 2 games on the streaming board, haven't we? And he's been playing beautifully
140.
all afternoon. We've seen 6-0 thrashings handed out, darting demolition jobs, and he's just continued along that merry
96.
way. He's been a dart away from a 9-dart leg twice in the last couple of games, Gary Anderson, and now he's a couple of legs away from claiming
57.
another Players' Championship. The second Players' Championship of 2024.
58.
And we'd go from 17-year-old Luke Littler to 53-year-old Gary Anderson in 24 hours if he converts the 6-4 lead into a win. Both ends of the darting spectrum. But Gary Anderson is certainly not ready to be pensioned off just yet. Don't you worry about that.
60.
Still loves to compete. Oh, look at this now.
117 scored, yeah.
Double 16.
Game
What
shot.
a finish that is, by the way. For Ryan Searle with his back up against the wall, and it's his 3rd ton plus out of this final, and it trims the lead to just a solitary leg. But Anderson has the darts in this leg, which is the 12th of a possible 15.
180.
And that's another maximum for Gary Anderson.
We called it, Rod, didn't you? We said just a couple of minutes ago that if Gary Anderson puts that dart, the top wire,
64.
there's a very good chance he's going to fill it all up. He's put another one there. Dare we dream again.
180.
Wow, he's in there again, Rod.
Madness.
139.
Well,
Well,
1 for 1.
2 times he's missed the dart at double 12, and this time he misses the 7th dart. Well, he's gone from
63.
the sublime to the ridiculous, but he just saves the turn with a treble 19, but it shouldn't matter in this leg.
100.
78 points separating him from a 2-leg lead. Double 12. Can't hit it. Can
Great
hit
shot.
it this time. Gary Anderson leads Ryan Searle 7-5. One more leg for the Flying Scotsman is required.
180.
Back
180.
comes Anderson. Wow. This has just been a scoring frenzy from both of
46.
these guys. Gary Anderson now. 8 180s in this final. So we say 9. We will say 9. 3 legs already in this match in this final, Rod, that Gary Anderson's gone
59.
back-to-back 180s. Can he finish it the dream way?
It's there. And Gary Anderson to win the title on a 9-dart leg.
117.
Oh, Gary Anderson.
Son of a gun.
He wants to have some stern words with that double 12, doesn't he? He wants to take that double 12 outside and give it a stern talking to.
80.
But in the end, it's going to be all smiles for Gary Anderson. He won a Players' title. The last one Players' Championship finally won was in October last year. And he's in the winner's circle again, Gary Anderson. A sensational day's darts. He's been the dominant dartist here in Wigan all afternoon, Gary Anderson, playing at the very peak of his powers and very much a deserved winner of Players' Championship 2 in Wigan as he beats Ryan Searle, his mate and practice partner, by 8 legs to 5. Anderson, brilliant all day. And nothing that Ryan Searle could do but shake hands and congratulate his old friend. And Gary Anderson, a deserved winner there. That was brilliant, not just in the final, but all day. 3 times on a 9-dart leg in the final. Missed a double for 9-darter in the semi-final too. Anderson, vintage Gary Anderson, it really was.